One of the coolest things about the Insta360 Luna Ultra is this detachable face. Now, this does a couple different things, one of which it has an onboard microphone. So all of the audio you're hearing is coming out of this onboard mic that is on the detachable face, which is kind of cool. You don't need an external microphone at times. The other thing that's really cool is all these buttons work. So your custom buttons will work, your joystick to control the gimbal will work. You're able to use this toggle to toggle your zooms, and of course, start and stop your recordings with your normal record button down below. But what I'm finding out is every once in a while, I will see flash up here weak signal. And what it does on the screen is it makes it look a little pixelated, but I'm finding it also chops up your voice. So I am thinking once you see that weak signal that you're probably not going to hear my voice as well. Now I'm going to walk over here and we're going to see when I start to see the weak signal. And just pay attention to my voice and we'll see. I'm on tracking right now, so it should be doing a good job of tracking me. And then I noticed it last time I did it right about here, and we'll see. And I'm kind of going behind a tree here. It's really inconsistent because now it's kind of doing okay right here. Right now is when I just saw it. So I am behind a tree here, and here's the big bummer. It's still weak signal. I'm still seeing it pixelated. I'm not behind this tree anymore. I'm coming towards the camera, and I'm still seeing that weak signal. So that's super unfortunate because they say I can get up to 50 meters. That's not 50 meters. That's more about like 25, 30 feet. So I don't know if it's working or not. I don't know if you can hear me, but we're actually going to go test this somewhere else. Editor Hill here. I was about to go to bed because I'm really trying to get this out in the morning, but I forgot. Listen, this upcoming sequence is just a reenactment. I had a passenger with me that was actually doing all the filming on the Insta360 Luna Ultra. If you're going to drive, do not film. Bring somebody with you, bring a pal. You can always use something like I did through the power of editing to make it look like I was driving and filming. So, yeah. Reenactment, educational purposes only. Okay, before I get into my theory as to why this is happening, I just wanted to show you this shot. I've got the camera itself on the hood, and obviously I have this connected, which is the mic and the external display, or the detachable display. And I am able so far to see that I don't have a weak signal, which means you all should hear me pretty well. The other really key advantage of this is the ability to rotate this and move the gimbal and just frame out some of your shots. I think this is really cool, especially for all you rollers out there, or people that may be, on vacation and you just want to drive around, maybe get some B-roll. Is he, she, I think that's a doe right there. But maybe you saw that in the frame, maybe you didn't. I don't want to look down because I'm driving. It's such a cool advancement. I know that I've been hard on this camera on some things, but it's an absolute pleasure to use. I think they've done a lot of smart things, and I still think it looks pretty good. All right, we're going to pull over here, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what I believe may be the cause, even though now I don't know. I'm thinking that connection issue we just had was probably because of the glass and windshield. It still should be stronger. Remember, this thing is supposed to be rated, and I'm zoomed in here. This thing's supposed to be rated for 50 meters, which is 150 feet. And I'm parked out here for a reason. You can see over there, just a field. Go over this way, it's just going to be the mountains and stuff. There's probably still some radio going on with some of these farmers and stuff, but I'm going to flip this around and I'm going to walk out there and see how far we can go until we get some of those glitches. And then we'll track myself here. It's super easy, just one little click on the joystick. So I'm going to back up here, walk a little ways, and see when I have any of those problems. My theory is that getting away from all the radios and all the Wi-Fi that may be competing with this, we should get a bit more distance. And right now I would say about 25 yards away. If I keep going, here comes some motorbikes running it. I don't know if they're coming this way or not. I would say now I'm probably 35 yards, and then we'll keep pushing it until I see that signal. I just got that signal just now. So I don't know how many feet that is. I'm going to walk forward and see if I can measure it. And I'm going to give you a zoom so you get an idea. So that's a 12x zoom right there. And I'll bring it back one. Then I'll count these footsteps. "71 steps," and I'm a size 12, so I'm about 12-inch shoe. It's not exact, but that's far away from 50 meters. 50 meters should be 150 feet, and that was about 70 feet before it conked out. But it does go to show you that it could seriously be all the interference and everything else. And when you're out at a place like this, well, there's not much interference. So here's the thing. I really like the detachable face for multiple reasons. And when it works, when it works like it's expected to work, it's pretty darn cool to use. And I say that because, as you saw, it has an onboard mic that sounds pretty good. We have use over all of the controls that we normally would if it's connected to the camera itself. And of course, the LCD screen that we can now frame things up, move things around. And as I showed you, you can put on your car, kind of give it to your passenger, let them do a photo tour, film tour of your Hollywood vacation or whatever it may be. Just kind of a lot of cool features that you can do. And also, on the side, interact with your passengers, with your family and stuff like that. Let them use it. I think there's a lot of cool things you could do with this, not only just framing yourself or vlogging with it, and the ability to zoom when it's stationary to get different perspectives. I think it's brilliant, but there is definitely a connection issue. And we went through that, and I do believe that my theory could be possibly true. I'm certain that a lot of competition doesn't help, but knowing what I know about connection and Wi-Fi, well, I think they're going to be able to sort that out. So once they get this to the point where it's working, I think it's really going to be a big win for them, because the microphone, okay, it's not the best. It's not as good as like an external microphone, but I will say that for what it is, it's pretty darn good. And all the controls I just love, and the custom buttons. I think that if they get this to work, this camera kind of levels up in my eyes. Now, I have not done my full review. I like to take at least 2 weeks with the camera and push them and see what I can find out. And that's why I'm kind of leaking these things now, because I want you all to, at least have another viewpoint as someone who's like taking their time with the camera to figure out the ins and outs. And there are some other things, but there are some really, really great things about this camera. So stick around. I will have everything out in the open. You'll get a full picture and my final recommendation as to what I think you should do if you are looking to buy the Luna Ultra. And that should be probably next week or a week and a half, something like that. All right. Anyways, I appreciate it if you would consider liking and subscribing. My name's HillPhantom. I'll see you next time.